You've heard the news, you've seen the leaks, but today, my friends, I have for you the actual ZenFone 5. Let's get it started. First impressions of the box. It looks slightly more premium than your other ZenFone boxes. We Love logo has a slight change where now the dual camera is vertical compared to what was previously horizontal. It's still your love shape symbol, but it has a slightly thicker outline with a 5 on it. Honestly, not a huge fan of how the logo is looking. And here we have a soft touch casing for this. Okay, let's put this aside. And the actual phone itself. Okay, before that, let's see what else is inside. A USB Type-C charger, that's good. Your headphones, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, let's move on to the device itself. Sliding it out. Feeling in the hand feels pretty solid. Nice rounded edges. On the back, we have a very similar setup to the iPhone 10. Which is your vertical cameras. There is a fingerprint scanner on the back. It's glass. The fingerprint scanner is not texturized, it's just pure glass, smooth, so that feels good. There is ZenFone's signature circular design. Always a fan of this. This looks great. And it says at the bottom here, mobile phone designed by ASUS. On the right side of the device, we have the volume up and volume down button and power button, as you would expect. And on the left side is your SIM card tray. On top, there's nothing, it's clean on top. And on the bottom, we have a headphone jack. That's good to have, and your USB Type-C. And on the right side is the speaker. Let's turn on the device. If you have seen the leaks, you would have known that the new ZenFone 5 looks almost identical to the iPhone 10. Okay, overall, the notch of the phone looks smaller, so there are more screen on the left and right side of the device. Overall, it looks really beautiful. I'm honestly kind of digging it. Apparently, this is running Android 8.0 Oreo. And as for Zen UI, the interface actually looks really clean. Very minimalistic, not much apps. They've really reduced it, and that's always a good thing when phone brands goes closer to stock Android. Overall, feels snappy. We won't go into the camera details because this is just a pre-production sample. So the specs of this phone is not confirmed yet, but what we are expecting to have is a Snapdragon 636 processor with maybe up to 6 gigs of RAM. The details will be fully announced after MWC, which we will be covering more once we have the device in our hands. Yes, I know what you guys are thinking, that the iPhone 10 and the ZenFone 5 looks identical, but let's find out what the differences are. First impressions, the iPhone 10 definitely feels a lot heavier, more solid, because I think it's both glass on both sides. Oh, okay. This is glass on both sides as well. However, this definitely feels a lot more solid. It does feel a lot more smoother compared to the ZenFone 5, which has sharper, almost rougher edges, I would say. However, I do like the fact that it is lighter. I mean, just looking at how the iPhone 10 is built, it's solid, it has a good premium weight to it, but I don't necessarily like heavier phones. I mean, I would honestly prefer lighter phones just because it's easier to carry around. But iPhone 10 definitely wins in this category in terms of just how it feels. I like how smooth the edges feel and how you feel like you're holding glass throughout the entire device when you're holding the iPhone 10. However, knowing how expensive this device is, you're probably going to be putting a cover on it or a case on it, so you're not gonna really feel how premium the phone feels. Well, on this side, I mean, for the price you're probably going to pay, which we don't really know what the price is obviously going to be a fraction of what the iPhone 10 costs. and I guess you can go without a case and still enjoy how nice this device looks and how pretty good it feels in the hand as well. But in terms of weight, I do enjoy the ZenFone 5 better. However, the rough edges is going to get pretty annoying after a while. Between the two sizes of the phones, the ZenFone 5 is bigger than the iPhone 10. The notch on the ZenFone 5 is a lot smaller compared to the iPhone 10. There is a more prominent bezel on the bottom of the ZenFone 5 compared to the iPhone 10. And on the right side of the phone, there is the volume up and volume down and power button on the ZenFone 5 and the power button on the iPhone 10. And on the left side of the phone, there is nothing but the SIM card tray on the ZenFone 5. On top of both the devices, it is clean except for the ZenFone 5, which is probably sporting a small microphone. On the bottom of both the devices, there are the speakers and the charging port, but the ZenFone 5 has an extra headphone jack. On the back of both the devices, there are a dual camera setup. The ZenFone 5 has an extra fingerprint scanner and holds ZenFone 5's circular design. And as for the iPhone 10, it has the Apple logo. And just looking at both the devices side by side and trying to think whether the ZenFone 5 is a knockoff of the iPhone 10, I just don't think so. I mean, yes, the notch is there, it's made popular by the iPhone 10, but the ZenFone 5 holds its own and it grows on you after a while, and it just looks like a phone you would expect in 2018. You want that full view display, but you need to put in the ear speaker and the front facing camera, and I think engineering wise, this would be one of the better designs to go for. And there you have it, people, the first preview of the ASUS ZenFone 5. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment, share, tell me what you think, and I will see you again soon.